First question from the line of Tom Reed, The Athletic. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jarmo, good morning. I know you would take 4 wins wherever you can get them, but how important is it, do you think, for this team to, Tortorella mentioned this a lot over the summer, about winning games at home, about giving the home fans some memories in the playoffs, which is something that hasn't happened a lot for the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a great support from our fans on Sunday, and it's another opportunity for us to win the game in this series, and it's going to be a tough game coming up for sure. We know how good the team is that we're playing against, so we just got to be ready on Sunday and hopefully get the great support from our fans and play well in front of them.
Okay, next question is from the line of Aaron Porcelain, The Athletic. Please go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Jarmo. A boilerplate question for you here. I know there's a lot in this series, but when you went all in at the trade deadline, is this the performance, just the style of play from this team, offensively, defensively, Bob and goal, everything, just the style of play you were hoping to see from your group?
Well, I think this is the Blue Jacket style that we've had as our identity for a while now, where it's hard work and relentless on forechecking battles and winning battles, but it's something that we got to keep doing. And again, I'm probably going to be boring here and say the same thing over and over again. But Sunday's another opportunity to keep playing the same way. But it's the Blue Jackets brand that we've been preaching as our identity for a long time. That we're a hard team to play against, and nothing comes easy for the opponent.
Can I ask you about your free agent signing over the summer, Riley Nash? I think by all accounts it's been a bit of a struggle for him at times in his first year. How pleased were you to see him score such a pivotal goal last night?
Yeah, very pleased. But I think I had a little bit of a conversation with him at the end of the year where I said to him that I really appreciate his professionalism throughout the year. He's never complained once. There hasn't been a phone call from his agent or anything like that. He's just gone about his business and been very, very professional how he's handled himself through adversity and through a tough year in his career. These guys are proud professionals, and he had a really good year last year with Boston before he came to us, and has struggled scoring goals and scoring points with us. But there are a lot of other things that go into performance with the hockey team, and he's been a really good defensive player for us, and lately has been able to contribute offensively as well. And the word that I would describe him with on the ice is that he's very, very reliable. And we appreciate those kind of trades, especially in the playoffs.
Thank you.
And next question, one more, please. From the line of Brian Hedger, Columbus Dispatch. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jarmo, good morning. Along those same lines of what you just asked there about the trade deadline and all that, more specifically with Matt Duchene, I mean, he kind of had that, area of struggle the first couple of weeks. Not really struggle, but just not what he wanted to be at. It seems like he's really there now. How nice is it to see him have that success that he had last night in a game of that magnitude last night?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. He's he's done things that we expected him to do, and it always takes a little bit of time to adjust to a new team and new environment, new city, new teammates, all that stuff. But he's been playing well lately, and it was nice to see him succeed last night.
Was this? Sorry to follow up, but was that the kind of thing that you envisioned when you made that trade? Is a game like that and him kind of helping lead the way there?
Well, we watched him for a long time, and there's been discussions about him throughout the last couple of years when he was on the move from Colorado to Ottawa, and then from Ottawa forwards. And we like the player, and we like what he brings to the team, and last night was a good example of it.
And next question is from the line of Stephen Wino, Associated Press. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jarmo, I know obviously you built your team kind of for this and for the playoffs, but going up against a Tampa team that finished 20 points ahead of the rest of the league, going into their building and winning 2 games, as basic as it sounds, is any part of you surprised at your team having a 2-0 lead in this series?
Well, playoffs is a new world, and we have a pretty good team too. We got 98 points. We were 16 games over 500, so we believe in our team, but we know how good the opponent is, and we're taking nothing for granted, and we're appreciating every little piece of success that we can have throughout the series. But I'm not going to get into analyzing where we thought we would be or where we are. We just got to concentrate on the next game.
A guy like Sergei Bobrovsky, you've always known kind of how great a goaltender he is when he possesses the trophy. Is it just feel like it's a matter of time until he has one of these kind of elite playoff series?
Absolutely. I think I've said that every time that we've been in the playoffs, and he's been criticized, but he's going to get over that hump. He's too good of a goalie not to, and he's been playing well so far, and that's the type of professional he is. That's how proud of a professional he is. I'm sure that he's won the Vezina trophies and all, but he's got totally different trophies in mind, knowing him and how hard he works to be the best he can be.
Next question is from the line of Mark Schick, Hockey Writers. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jarmo, good morning. Just wanted to ask about Zach Werenski, just because and the Gordie Howe hat trick yesterday. It seems like he's playing his best hockey of his career. Is that what you're seeing out of him right now?
Yeah, very proud of Zach, the way he's handled himself and the way he's played. He's definitely, as in the playoffs it normally does, the compete level's gone up a level, and he's been right up there, maybe two notches up with his play. And Jack's always been known for his great shots, like last night, assists and stuff like that. But the battle level that he's shown and how he's played defensively and is really great to see.
What was your initial reaction to him dropping the gloves?
Well, that was a heat of the battle type of fight between two very good players, and it was great to see the emotion and the battle, and just leave it at that.
Thanks, Jarmo.
Our next question is from the line of Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Jarmo, thanks for doing this. Wanted to ask you about the kid Texier, and I wonder, you drafted him 2 years ago. Has his development path and the rapid rise, I guess, exceeded your expectations? Would you have expected this kid at 19 now, 6 months before his 20th birthday, to already be in the NHL in playoff games?
Probably not, but we've been very, very excited about him. I mean, what he did in the Finnish league this year after he came back from shoulder injury in the off season and an operation, and had a little bit of a slow start. He was pretty much a point per game player in the Finnish league, and that's hard to do. I know that league pretty well, and he played in my hometown under Sammy Cup on it, so we kept really close tabs on him. I went there personally to see him a couple times, and this kid's a good hockey player. He's come from an environment or hockey background that's probably not as strong as a lot of the NHL players have, coming from Grenoble, France. But he moved to Finland as a young kid and wanted to get better. But he's played against men in the World Championships already twice, and he's played in the Finnish League 2 years. Goes to Cleveland and plays great for 7 games, gets 7 points. So he earned his way up every step of it, and now he's earning his ice time. And it's great to see. I think he's got a great future ahead of him.
He also is a kid that doesn't look like he's phased by the moment. John Tortorella's mentioned that a few times. Do you think he has any clue of what's going on around him right now and where he is? I mean, is this the kid just still playing hockey and he doesn't care where he is right now?
Well, I think he's a smart kid. He knows. But he's instead of being nervous, he's excited. That's the one thing that comes out of his mouth all the time when you talk to him. He's like, "What do you think of this?" "I'm excited. This is great." It's not like he gets nervous about it, but it's the one quality that a lot of the good players have, is that they just live in the moment, they enjoy it, and that's it.
All right, next we have Neil McHale, InsideHockey.com.
Thanks for doing this. Question for you is, how much has this team and the identity that they've played by kind of been an image of the head coach and what he preaches for this team, the experience that he has in the playoffs, and going up such a daunting task about Tampa Bay? I'm just wondering how important he's been for these guys, the young guys, and also the veterans.
Yeah, obviously, head coach sets a tone every day. It's not just in the playoffs or on the game days, but every day and in practice. And that's the process of getting better as individuals and as a team. And Torch is a very demanding coach, and the process makes players better throughout the year, and with the goal of being at your best in the playoffs. So, he's a good coach. He's been in the league for a long time. He's won over 600 games for a reason, and I have a lot of respect for him as a coach.
And just one follow-up. We've heard some reports about Gabriel. Sorry, I butchered that name. But possibly joining your team. Is that something that we may see in the short while now?
Well, we're working on it, and we'll announce something when we have everything ready to go. And that means getting his release from his KHL team and getting a contract registered and then the immigration stuff. So there's a few hurdles here before, but we're hoping to get them. Yes.
Okay, and just a quick reminder, *1 at any time for questions. Now, we do have a follow-up from the line of Tom Reed, The Athletic. Please go ahead.
Jarmo, just one other Tortorella question. When you guys had a little bit of a wobble down the stretch before you went on the 7-1 run to end the season, I think you might have been talking to Aaron and was saying, there's no way, don't even think about any coaches changes. If anyone can kind of get us out of this, it's Torts. What was it about Torts that was able to get you guys back on the right track? We heard a lot about the meeting in Vancouver. What did he and the coaching staff do to kind of get you guys to this point from where, for a while there, it wasn't certain you guys were going to get in?
Well, like I said before, it's a process that goes on throughout the year, and there have been certain moments with this team where we've faced adversity, we've faced issues that had to be aired out in front of everybody, and it takes honesty, and it takes sometimes a little bit of a conflict maybe to resolve those things, and that's what Torch is good at. He's an honest guy that goes about his business with even if there are hard, difficult issues to deal with, he's going to deal with them head on and not let them linger and get into a distraction in the locker room. And I think that's what we've done a couple times this year. And they're not always easy things to handle because of the possible conflict. But I think he goes about it the right way. And I think a lot of the players later on will appreciate the way he handled them instead of hearing it from behind on what the coach's comments were. You hear him face to face every time.
Thank you. Also have a follow-up from the line of Aaron Putzling, Athletic. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Jarmo. You've given up one goal in your last 5 periods. You're doing it without your toughest defenseman, probably in McQuaid, and one of your best puck movers in Ryan Murray. Just curious what that says to you about your defensive core, and also if you could update us on McQuaid and Murray, if there is any update there.
There's no update on Murray or McQuaid, and I think you guys that deal with me a lot know that I always say that when there's an injury, it's an opportunity for somebody else, and I think that guys like Dean Kukan and Scott Harrington, they've handled the opportunity great. Dean Kukan hasn't played a lot this year. Harry played most of the games all year, but Kukan to me has been tremendous. Now that he's gotten the opportunity to play full time, and that's another proof of the opportunity that you need before you can show what you can do. But we believe in our D core here. We like what we have, and if we get Gavrikov, we'll add a little more depth to it. So I think we're in good shape.
Thank you. We have time for one more question.
At this time, we have no questions in queue. But if there are questions, please press star then 1 at this time. Okay, we do get that last question from Igor Rapidar. Please go ahead, sir.
Good morning, Jarmo. I have a question about Panarin and Bobrovsky. They played key roles in clinching playoffs. They started Stanley Cup well. How hard psychologically it was for them to have a good season and for you to keep good relations with them after last summer? They announced last summer that they go into the free agent market. And do you have at least a small hope that you'll sign them after July 1st?
Yeah, well, we agreed we're not thinking about that right now, and there's never been anything wrong with our relationship. Our relationship's been strong all along. You know, business is business, and you know, they have that right. We've said all along that they have the right to decide what they want to do after July 1, and we respect that. And we'll just go about our business every day like professionals, and you know, we always try to handle every player with class and professionalism, and that's what we expect from the players too, handling their situation. So nothing there, and no issues whatsoever, and we'll see what happens after the season.
Following up about Vyacheslav Gavrikov, do you count on him seriously in these playoffs and already in this series? And why do you need him right now as an organization? Then you couldn't sign him for the entry-level contract next season and save money.
Igor, I'm sorry, we have to go. We're catching a bus. I believe this is Todd again. So I want to thank everybody for jumping on with us today. And for those of you going to Columbus, we will see you there tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That does conclude your conference. We do thank you for joining. You may now disconnect. Have a good day.